Hello, sir. My name is Galgalo Libanduba. My registration number is 18BML0126. Today, I am here to convey about the Indian academic system. As my opinion, Indian academic system is as follows. Indian academic system adoption is good in one side, especially making education the hub of economic and direct the kids in that way is very good system as my side. The division of the class level in the different parts is also very great as the student go along their interest stream and also good for the student to achieve their goal due to it is depend on their interest. Because of this, as my opinion, Indian academic system is very nice as I say it on this way. Giving more priority to education make an incredible change in the future for the country. One of the most nice was separating the pupil or student in their stream starting from the higher secondary school is nice because one can study and know more about that subject deeply if he studied and go along that way deeply in more times and get a time to study on that. And if he go along his interest, he can uh, study more because of due to it depend on his interest. He may study more and get knowledge, and he want to study always because of this he can know more about that subject and get good knowledge about it. This makes a student master in their field of the student and get great advance in that field. When we see on this, students know more about the subject if they go along with this field. In that way, they produce more advanced and great expert. That expert may help the country and the student for the future also. The Indian center education system design are very potential and intellectual expertise. So these experts are designed and they make this education or academic system on the calendar, and they make on this and they depend on their calendar. They do everything and they respect this calendar also. They don't miss their schedule on the calendar. Because of this, it is good on this way as my opinion. But on another side, when we come to another side, the Indian academic system is weak. On which side, missing of break without big vacation is not good for the student. Vacation is very important for the student. Because of this, they need to give one vocation as my opinion. At that time, the faculty and the student are get more about that, more rest. Giving to exam at intermediate level is not good for the student, and giving most priority to school or university to private university is very dangerous because there are people who don't afford. There are people who don't afford that for their kids to the outstanding college or university, and they are get affected. Those are get affected, and their kids miss that chance of education, and decreasing the number of government university in the country affect the quality of education among all of the ordinary people kids to get equal chance with others, and also make the education most depend on the potential of the student not rather than positivity of the student family. When we see on this, anyone can have or has money can learn everything, but anyone who don't have can't learn or can't get that chance of education. Because of this affected the student. Making the medium of instruction in English is so great for them to get good business, and through education and the welcoming all of the world, it is also nice as my opinion. And this is so good for my side. As my side I said, academic system of India is depend on both theoretically and practical through the country, but due to the lack of their academic time, the both are not given to the students sufficiently. The students spent all of their time in class without interruption, and so they don't have to recover and get all the course to know deeply about it. So, as my opinion, this is a weak side of the Indian academic. And to learn one course, you need to cover and get that in both practically and theoretically. But one can do that when he have time to do. But Indian academics kill the student's time, and making most of the students drop from the class is so revealed. So in this way, the academic system is not good. On the other hand, the Indian academic system is not good for the foreigner, because sitting in class in both in the morning and in the evening is bored the student, due to they don't know about the system before, and they make them so boring with the subject. This is not good as my opinion, and they make the student weak in innovation and making new thing in the country. One of the big weakness of the Indian academic system is depend on only on their country Indian history. When we see the other country, even if the learning with their own language or giving education in English medium or the world medium, the academic system include the other histories to give education as the student learn about the world also. Because of this, this is very weak. But when we come to Indian, everything is in Indian history, and they learn their own history and the culture only through the education provision medium is tough. The education provision medium is English. When we see making your culture and the history great is great, so good and nice from everyone, but learning other culture and the history is so good for you also. Why it is good? You might live and learn in other country tomorrow, and you may feel in difficult with everything backward. So the Indian academic system is not good on this way. As I said, way to improve, as I said before, vacation is good for students and the faculty as well, even for the human being on as the work do. But when you lose this, you lose your memory every time. The academic limit the time of vacation or break, even the weekend holiday. The academic order the education to give, so this is not good for the student and the teacher or the faculty as well. The academic should give the 2 vacation or break in yearly or in year, as my opinion. And the second thing was, as my opinion, as the change of education is become equal for the everybody, it is so good in the increased number of government university in India, because the private university make high charge to the student, and some of the poor family missing this chance to get. So it is good, as my opinion, if that is made. And also the government university is governed by the government and has its own facility other higher without affecting the life of the student, and then all the kids access the same high quality and good education from that without any defect. And the Indian academic system is not good when we see lower and upper high school. If we see the students are attend two exam, the lower and the higher intermediate exam. As my opinion, these two exam is not good. It is good if they make these two exam on one, or make this only for entrance exam, to only if they give for the higher for the upper high school, if they give for entrance exam only, it is sufficient, as my opinion. Another thing was I am so wonder if they add their instruction language in their Hindi language or so, or they mix their language in instruction or if they mix one, like English language mix one subject, their language in their academic system. As my see, that one is so nice. And as my opinion, if the government is also take action on the university, on the private university, and decrease the charge that make on the students also, soon as and the student get good chance to get education, and every family can educate or send their kids to the outstanding school, and their student get good and high quality education without affecting with financial and with their memory or their idea, or with their psychologically. Because of this, as my opinion, if the government make this is good, as my opinion, and I'm going to accomplish my idea on this. Thanks for watching my sir, and welcome.